We should be live. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're gonna be kind of going over and kind of breaking down what's been going on this past week or these past 2 weeks, and then maybe like going over some things that may happen in the future. As you guys know, it's just been a lot going on with the bomb threats to the in the U.S. Um, the U.S. bombing Iran. It's just been a lot going on in the Middle East in general these past couple of weeks, and I kind of want to break it down to everybody who doesn't quite really understand what's going on. Um, I know a lot of people are wanting to travel, especially going out of the country, and then with the travel bans that Trump issued, it's just a lot going on. So yeah, we're gonna kind of go over, kind of just break down like what's been going on and what it means for people in the US and how we can kind of protect ourselves mentally, financially, and emotionally. So yeah, without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. So let's start with the Middle East because that's like where everything's mainly been happening. So this week, Iran made major moves following months of rising tension in the region. There are confirmed reports of military escalations, Iran allegedly backing more aggressive activity in areas close to Israel. What's scary is that the U.S. intelligence officials have issued warnings about potential threats on American land, American soil. Not direct attacks, but fears of cyber attacks, internal instability, and targeted violence if the conflict escalates. China, on the other hand, kind of backing up Iran. They're calling out, U.S. involvement and kind of hinting that it may become like a global issue, especially in the tech and military space, if like we don't resolve something. And then also like a lot of people are scared about Russia potentially like coming in as well. So yes, a lot going on in the Middle East. Is literally just, I don't know, it's crazy, but it's also not crazy to me. But I will say that they want people afraid, they want people uncertain, and they want people like kind of inactive and not really knowing what's really going on in terms of this possible war that we may be going into. So I would like encourage everyone to do a lot of research, dive deep into stuff like this, or not stuff like this, but what can may happen and what's been going on. Obviously, they're probably not going to tell us everything. They're gonna leave, some stuff behind the scenes. But yeah, just as much as you can, research why this even happened in the first place. Just diving deep into things like this that can potentially lead to maybe a World War III. So yeah, my thoughts on it. I think if China gets involved, it would be a hard time for the US and probably other countries uh who are like protecting Israel because China is producing almost half of like the world's products. It's like I don't know the exact amount. I think it's like 30 to 40% of everything that's produced is made in China. So I mean, if we go like against China and we start like fighting with China, like they're obviously gonna stop producing stuff for the US, and that's going to cause like a major like shortage in a lot of stuff. There's going to be a lot of demand for things. Prices are going to go, I believe prices were going to skyrocket. And we're not going to be able to kind of import things how we need to and how we should and stuff like that because of the fact that we're, going to war with Iran, but then China's backing up Iran. So it's kind of like I don't know. It's just like things that you got to think about. You can't really just think about Iran. You got to think about the people who's also like allies with Iran who could also potentially like make a major difference in like the economy and what's going on, in the world. So, I mean, I think we just need to pay attention to. I'm not saying we, because I'm not. I am not a part of this. I did not say we could go bomb Iran, but I think I don't know. I just feel like we need to really, 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 really pay attention to what's going on. I would say watch the news a lot to kind of know what's going on and know what could potentially happen. Um, I know, like, it's literally the start of summer, and this is happening. And like I know, like a lot of people had plans and places to go for the summer. A lot of people wanted to go like out of the country and overseas and stuff like that. But then with the ban of some like 12 countries, we can't go to those 12 countries. But then he also put like a list to ban, and I think it's mostly countries in Africa. I may be mistaken, but I believe it's like a bunch of countries in Africa. It's like Senegal, I think Ghana, I think it's just like a lot of countries that he put up a potential ban list, and it's just like all the countries in the Middle East, I believe. So you know, if you plan, I would say if you are traveling somewhere this summer, like please pay attention to like the travel ban list, so you don't get stuck in that country that you choose to fly into. Um, so yeah, while we're talking about that, um, there's concern that the U.S. airports may become targets. Even though officials are tightening security and say there are no immediate confirmed threat, it's also just a thing to look out for. Some airlines are rerouting flights away from certain zones, like airspace around Iran. Even some embassies have traveled through warnings to American citizens overseas. And yeah, a lot of people are just probably wanting to stay home now instead of like going places and traveling, especially with what's going on now. So I would say just be smart and become very knowledgeable with what could happen, and just sign up for like alerts. I don't know where you can find alerts of like places to like I don't know, get alerts of just like traveling things and notifications on like if your country's on like the ban list that you're probably going to. I would say keep copies of your passport and emergency contacts. Um, start saving up money. Start saving up money. Like we should have been saving up money, but I just want to emphasize it again. Start saving money. Um, and yeah, let's go to the next section, which I believe is investing, which I think a lot of people are scared to invest um because of what's going on. So I would say, for an example, a lot of people don't really want to invest into real estate right now because of the fear of like you buy a property, fix it up, get ready to move tenants in, and then as soon as you flip it up, you already put like $120,000 into the property, and then you bought the property on top of that, and then here comes Iran, like bombing the U.S., and then you have to rebuild the whole property. So I mean, I get why you could be kind of scared, and a lot of people are like not willing to invest into real estate right now. So yeah, a lot of people were considering buying homes now, but and not just buying homes, but investing into rental properties and even flipping land. But now, people are just thinking like, what if war hits the U.S. and everything crashes? Um, but yeah, I I think it could be a good opportunity, but a bad opportunity as well. But yeah, recessions and global crisis is where wealth is really built, I would say. So during uncertain times, prices often drop, sellers get nervous, and then investors get active. Um, so yeah, for an example, in 2008, when the house market crashed, everybody was scared, but the intelligent people and the rich people, and not just rich people, but smart investors bought everything. And that's why they are where they are now. And yeah, interest rates are still pretty high. Uh, pricing is probably high depending on the area that you're in. But if you're looking long term, um, and the numbers still make sense, then I feel like it could possibly still be a smart time to just invest, uh, buy land, buy short term rentals maybe. You can even partner up on short term rentals. And yeah, just don't. I would just say don't think that the your biggest threat is the war. Your biggest threat isn't the war. It's, I would say, waiting so long out of the fear that you end up missing the opportunity to even invest into real estate. So I would say just go ahead, start investing now. Not even just if you, not just for investors, but if you want to buy a home, buy your home. Don't be scared. Um, yeah. So my advice, if you're watching all of this and thinking like, what should I do? What should we do? I'm scared. Just things like that. My advice: don't fall into fear. And I would also say don't be blind either. Get as much information as you can. Stay informed. Watch news, and I would say start saving money. Start securing your money. Build an emergency fund. I would say is very, very important. Building your emergency fund and automating your savings. Uh, it's like a bunch of ways you can automate your savings where you get as soon as you get your paycheck, the money automatically goes into your savings account. So yeah, something like that I would automate. And I would also say, um, doing as much personal development. Um, I would say like me personally, I'm gonna still like continue to learn cybersecurity, AI, content creation, still learning about real estate, just anything that makes you harder to replace, especially with AI popping off and it's taking jobs like crazy. And in the next 5 years, like there's gonna be a lot of jobs replaced by AI. So I would still like just learn skills and things that you can make money from that AI won't replace. Uh, I will also think about our community, check on your people, share knowledge, help each other, and I would just don't suffer in silence. Like we don't need to hate each other. We don't need to like talk bad on each other. We need to start coming together. We need to bring unity and community. And then yeah, protect your peace, pray, meditate, whatever you can do. But yeah, um, without further ado, the world is moving fast. It's a lot going on. I would say the media kind of wants you to freeze. They want you to kind of be unknown. The government wants you to be unknown in what's going on. Uh, Obviously, they're not going to tell us everything that's going on, but just stay alert. Um, the government, the government wants you scared, independent. So yeah, just learn, become the best version of yourself, but still be mindful of what's going on. And if you like content like this, just let me know. I'll make weekly videos of what's going on, just things that you could do. And yeah, without further ado, let's end today's video and have a good one.